Stop. What you're about to learn right now could be the most dangerous information you've ever heard. In Washington, at this very moment, a war between two men has brought the world's most powerful country to the edge of a cliff. Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Two leaders, one battlefield, and only one can remain standing. But the real question is, what happens if they both lose? By the end of this video, you'll have learned one of America's darkest secrets, a secret that the media is ignoring. Politicians won't talk about it. But the truth is right in front of our eyes, and you, right now, are about to discover this truth 72 hours ago. Washington, D.C., 3:47 a.m., an emergency meeting was called at the White House. Why were Biden's closest advisors gathering at that hour of the night? The answer is simple, but terrifying. Trump was about to make a bombshell announcement on a private television channel's live broadcast. And Biden's team didn't know when this bomb would explode. At 9 a.m., Trump looked into the cameras from his gold-plated hall at Mar-a-Lago, and what he said at that moment completely locked down Washington. Joe Biden is the biggest fraud in American history, and I'm going to prove it. This sentence wasn't just an accusation, it was a declaration of war. But Trump's words didn't end there. That day, he spoke to the cameras for a full 47 minutes, and each sentence was heavier than the last. Trump talked about Biden's son Hunter's business connections. He talked about suspicious deals in Ukraine. He talked about secret meetings with China. And then he said something else. This man doesn't have the right to sit in the Oval Office, and the American people deserve to know the truth. 14 minutes after Trump's words went on air, the White House press secretary's phone rang 38 times. Journalists, politicians, even foreign ambassadors were waiting for a response. But the first reaction from the White House was silence. For a full 3 hours, not a single statement came from Biden's team. But why? Because inside, an unprecedented crisis meeting was taking place. In the room were Biden's most trusted names, and what they were debating was this: how should Trump be responded to? There were three options. First, ignore it and not give Trump attention. Second, take legal action and file a lawsuit. Third was to respond in full force, and Biden's team chose the third option. At 2:37 p.m., the White House press secretary stepped up to the podium. She didn't have a prepared text in hand, because what she was about to say had just been written, and her first sentence shocked everyone. Former President Trump is speaking from his fears, not from facts. This sentence wasn't just a defense, it was a direct attack. But the real bomb came in the second sentence. And we want to remind the American people that Trump needs to face his own past. These words were a direct reference to Trump's court proceedings, legal troubles, and past scandals. Biden's team was no longer on defense. They had gone on the offensive. But nobody knew that the real storm was just beginning. What you're watching right now isn't just a fight between two politicians. This is the first scene of a historic conflict that will determine America's future. And whoever wins this conflict, America will never be the same again. The point of no return has been passed. And now, the real war begins. The counterattack from the White House created a domino effect in Washington. The first stone to fall was in Congress. The Republican Party leader held a special press conference just 6 hours after Trump's statements. And what he said there had the effect of a political bomb. We are launching a comprehensive investigation into the Biden administration, Hunter Biden's business relationships, suspicious connections in Ukraine, and secret deals with China. Everything is on the table. This statement wasn't just a threat. It was the beginning of a legal war against Biden, but the Democrats didn't sit idle either. 2 hours later, Democratic senators moved to summon Trump's former advisors to Congress for testimony. The names on the target list were Trump's closest circle, and the questions to be asked were the kind that would expose Trump's darkest secrets. But the most dangerous part is this: both sides are ready to use all the weapons they have against each other. And these weapons aren't just words. A source in Washington told us on condition of anonymity. There are currently 3 different investigations being prepared in Congress. One about Trump, one about Biden, and one about both of them. What does this mean? It means there's nobody neutral left in Washington anymore. Everyone has to choose a side, because standing in the middle is no longer an option, and things didn't just stay in Congress. The courts, the media, even people on the street. Everyone became part of this war. The Trump versus Biden tension didn't remain limited to Washington, on television screens, on social media, in newspaper headlines. Everywhere, these 2 names were there. And the media didn't remain neutral in this war. Left-leaning channels targeted Trump, right-leaning channels targeted Biden, and the people caught in the middle no longer knew what to believe. But what's really dangerous is what's happening on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Millions of people were divided into 2 camps as fans or enemies of these 2 leaders. And these camps weren't just having disagreements anymore. They were at war. Hashtags turned into weapons, retweets into bullets. And every share made this war a little bigger. A cybersecurity expert told us, this isn't just a political debate. This is a digital civil war. And the winning side will control not just the election, but the definition of truth itself. Controlling the definition of truth. Think about that. Now the line between truth and lies is in the hands of 2 political camps. And this situation is affecting not just America, but the entire world. Because the chaos in America is shaking global markets, affecting international relations, and threatening the world order. But now it's time to learn the real secret. What's happening behind the scenes? What do Trump and Biden really want? And what's the real cost of this war? The answers are much darker than you imagined. Now don't take your eyes off the screen, because what you're about to learn is a truth that nobody has said out loud until today. This war between Trump and Biden isn't just about the 2024 elections. This is part of something much bigger. Both leaders don't just want to be president. Both want to completely destroy their opponent's political legacy. Trump is trying to delegitimize Biden's presidency. In every statement, he's sending the message that Biden's election was a mistake. His goal is to write the Biden era into history as a crisis period. Biden, on the other hand, wants to legally prevent Trump from running again. Using court decisions, legal processes, and congressional investigations, he's trying to end Trump's political career. And the darkest part is this: if both win, America could experience an unprecedented constitutional crisis. Think about it. Trump wins the election but can't take office because of court rulings. Or Biden wins, but Republicans don't recognize the result. What happens then? One of America's most respected constitutional law experts told us on condition of anonymity. America could experience a division it hasn't seen since the 1860s, and this time it won't be guns that speak, but laws. But the result could be the same: chaos. Chaos. America's most powerful weapon is its stability and democracy, but right now, this war between two leaders is threatening both. And the most frightening truth is this. Both are aware of this danger, but neither is willing to back down. But this isn't just America's problem. Leaders from all over the world are watching this tension with concern. China, Russia, the European Union. They're all calculating how they can benefit from this chaos in America. Because a weak America can completely change the global power balance. A European diplomat told us, "The situation America has fallen into shows us that we don't have a reliable ally, and we now have to make a Plan B. Plan B, a world order without America. That could be the real outcome of this war between Trump and Biden." Now we've come to the end of the video, and now you know the truth. Trump versus Biden. This isn't just a fight between two men. This is a war against America's soul, its democracy, and its future. So who will win? Trump? Biden? Maybe the real question should be, can America emerge from this war as a winner? We'll see the answer in the coming weeks, because this story has only just begun, and you, right now, are a witness to history. Thank you for watching this video to the end, but now it's your turn. Tell me in the comments, is Trump right, or Biden, or are both wrong? And if you don't want to miss these kinds of in-depth analyses, hit that red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Because a new bomb explodes in Washington every day. And when the next bomb goes off, you'll want to be here. See you in the next video. And remember, the truth is always hidden behind what seems simple.